with you in the fight back. And today I want to address one of the most common objections to socialism and communism. The one that I want to address respectfully to those of you who may say, yeah, it's a good idea, but the one that, and I don't want to just dismiss this because it comes up. Here it is. Socialism is a good idea, but you can't change human nature. Well, look around you. Perhaps you're a worker, perhaps you're not. Well, what are people like in the society we live in? We're acquisitive. There's profit. Profit is the prime motive. There's selfishness. There's greed. Getting ahead by whatever means necessary. And that is the reality we live in. And it's not because it's ingrained in us. It's not in our genes. No, it's the society we live in, of capitalism. Tell me, capitalism's prime motive is making profit, surplus value. Accumulate. That is Moses and the prophets. That's what Karl Marx said. Well, tell me, how well do cooperative values flourish in such an environment? Not too much. Now, capitalism is what we live in, but there wasn't always capitalism. You're assuming, because of the society we live in, of the acquisitiveness, the greed, the desire for profit, and so on and so forth, that's how it always was. Well, that's an anti-historical view. 1,000 years ago, there wasn't capitalism. There was feudalism. There were slave societies. There was a tributary mode of production. At one point, there was even primitive communism. And there are some pockets around the world of at least primitive communism, I believe, that still exists. And you look at an anthropologist and you ask them how people live in some of these societies, and they'll tell you they live by different means. They have different ways to live. And people's behavior is different. Right. Well, the mode of production was different. The way people were socialized was different. Why does our mode of production is it natural? Is it something eternal? No. Just as there was once not capitalism in the past, and this is what I believe every socialist should be fighting for, there won't be it in the future. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to replace it with something better. Now, there are certain things people need. We need to eat, drink, clothing, shelter, procreate, and most people don't want to die. We have a self-preservation. And let's say that's human nature. Yeah, we need to satisfy them. But do we have to satisfy them by acquisitiveness, greed, profit? No. Why not cooperation? Why not communism in this case? Why not where the free development of each is the condition for the free development of all? That strikes me as rather good sense, don't you? Why do we have to assume that to get their basic needs that people are just going to screw everyone else over to get it? Why? What if your better needs can be better survived by cooperation, by a communist mode of production? Why not do it like that? And the truth is, under capitalism, for most people, you can't get the basic necessities. Look around since 2008, the Great Depression even. Most people do not live that well under capitalism. There's poverty, there's imperialist wars. It's disgusting. And under socialism, these needs will be provided for. And if you can provide for them, and you can do it better cooperatively, why do you need competition? Why do you need to assume that the way people operate under capitalism is going to extend into communism? Doesn't have to be the case. Now, and the truth is, capitalism was made by people, perhaps not consciously at times, but people made it. And just as they made it, they can unmake it. People can change. They can emancipate themselves. They can come up with new ways of living. We saw this in the Soviet Union during its early days. New ways of ordering society. We saw this in the Chinese Cultural Revolution. New ways of organizing workplaces. We saw this in Cuba, in Nicaragua, in place after place. Now, if that's the case, why not try the cooperative way and better satisfy our needs? This is Enaa. Until next time.